All righty, we're going. Hang on one second. Got it. And. Okay, we're good.
I pledge allegiance to the flag
Flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all.
Motion to approve the agenda.
I'll motion to approve the agenda.
Thank you, Ronnie. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
And on the question? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Favors have it, 7-0. The next item on our agenda is the approval of the minutes from our February 1st regular council meeting, February 22nd work session, and our March 1st regular council meeting. There's a motion to approve the 3 meetings.
I'll make the.
Thank you, Frank. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Ronnie. On the question? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Favors have it, 7-0. Next item on our agenda is our public comment or input. Do we have anyone who would like to address council?
Well, we already Frank from Carnation Drive. Just a quick comment on the house, Carnation Drive. I believe it's 316. It's with the Royal Mint. It's just, you know, Chief was there. We sent somebody there. And he cleaned up the 2 junk trucks. So half the truck and the other body truck, but they replaced it with twice as much garbage. Like, right, I just went by now. Front of the house. The whole back of the house, we're on the back. Now they're probably something in the back, looks like broken furniture. Laying in the living room, but the front, it's just, you can't even put it in words. It's just, it's a mess. Did you go by, Mr. Benson?
Frank is good. Too formal, but I don't go down the 300 block too
Okay.
often, but I will
Maybe you
make,
could get it.
I will make it a point tomorrow to go down.
You're not gonna believe it.
I'll take a look and take a couple pictures and get back with Jen
We don't have, I am going, tomorrow's Thursday,
Thursday.
I know the holiday Friday. If it isn't by the end of this week, next week, there's a ton of code that needs to be taken care of. So
Okay.
I go and I take.
So
the
you're
pictures.
already aware of it.
Absolutely.
Oh,
Okay.
They got fined and
They did, and they
paid a
paid
fine
it,
and-
and they just paid it. So some people
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
But they don't
once they
fix
pay
it.
it, they're,
Yeah.
the violation's over and you gotta start all over again.
And it changes. Like there's been times I've gone by and it's not, too bad. It changes. And like you're right around back, I can see kind of around the back and I can see some stuff back there too. So.
No,
Yeah.
the front of the yard would have part. It's-
Okay.
And one more thing, if I'm out of line, just tell me and I'll immediately stop. 'Cause I don't know if it's the right thing to say.
Okay.
But I went by there the other day, and there was a Lackawanna County Park, and I found out later. It was Lackawanna County. and
You're out of line.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, no, I thought so, okay.
Yeah, that one's not me. That one's,
Yeah, okay. No, anyway, that's all I have, and thank you.
okay, you got it.
Thank
Oh,
you.
Artie,
Yes,
this is for you. It's a parking pass for when you're here for work.
oh, okay, thank you.
Been meaning to give it to you.
Jen, did you get pictures of that? You got pictures of,
What he's talking about?
yeah,
Oh, gosh, yeah. And she's been, the resident has been, has gotten the ticket and like I said, they pay. So then it's one of those things where sometimes when they just pay the fines, they don't fix it up. They don't clean it, but they're paying the fines where the fines are supposed to deter them from doing that. So sometimes it kind of just happens that way, but we'll continue.
the fines keep increasing, if my
They do,
memory serves me right.
They do.
We have only 3 levels though, so they're all probably already at the top. we have a house on, or a property on Sheridan Sheridan, right? Novjevsky's?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she cites them, they pay the ticket, do nothing. She cites them, they pay the ticket, do nothing, and it just goes on. So each
It's a
year,
cycle.
we just
It
know
is.
every couple of weeks they're getting ticketed, and that's it.
Virginia, what's the cycle, like every month?
Yeah,
2 months?
that's what I was.
It kind of depends on what's being said. Sometimes it's quality of life, sometimes it's a nuisance. The one we're talking about is more of a nuisance, so then they get a letter from the magistrate. And that's where they just pay the fine, and I don't hear anything, I just look on, once a month I get something from the county and it shows the name and what their fine is, so they just pay the fine.
Can we do something, I mean, where they have to do corrective measures, like to fix the property, but just not pay a fine? I mean,
We took like conjunctive action to
I-
demonstrate.
And see, that's it,
Yeah,
Jen
look into it.
starts with that, Jen, before she cites anybody,
Right.
she sends them a letter and lets them know that, this is an issue,
Exactly.
address it, or call me and let me know your plan, and we'll work it out.
Mhm.
And they only get cited when they don't acknowledge that, or when they've been through that already and they just keep going.
Mhm.
But she does try to work with them, she really
And
does.
some people respond and it works out, but there's so many people. There's a group of people, I should say, in town that,
There's our regulars.
it doesn't get cleaned up.
Jen, is there a time period from when the time they pay the fine that you could then find them again if nothing?
Yeah, I never got, I don't know, and I don't know how long I'm supposed to wait in between. I've had like webinars on this kind of thing, and it's a fine line between harassment and not, so that's what I watched, but I don't know.
I think the quality of life ordinance says you can find them every day. Every day is a violation.
It does,
Yeah.
but the concern is again harassment. We're gonna, if
That's
we
the
end up
whole-
there.
If you have a situation where you have a chronic offender
Mhm.
and then I think you'd be aggressive, let
Yeah.
them take it to the magistrate, you make your
Yeah.
case to the magistrate. We've been here.
Right, because if they don't pay, that's where it's
Yeah,
gonna go, then I
because-
have to go to the magistrate and say.
But if they pay the ticket, that violation is over. And it's just like a speeding ticket. Once you pay it, you don't have a violation there anymore. You did it, you paid it off. There's no more action that you can take. You got to start all over again with them. So, Jen, I know tries to put a little bit of space in between to make sure that she's covered.
Mhm.
And plus she's got other jobs to do too. So she gets out every couple weeks and
Mhm.
really pounds the town.
Yeah.
But I've gotten calls, from people saying like, why are you coming after me and after me? And the answer is, if you clean it up, if you follow the ordinance, then we won't have this problem, but
Right.
some people just. They can't do it.
Maybe for like these
Won't
chronic
do it.
offenders, you could send a letter to them and saying, just so you know,
Mhm.
every day you're in violation is a day that
I
you can be
think I have to
fined.
get more specific.
And then you
if I
say,
can.
if you don't
Yeah.
correct this, then we can start fining you and we're gonna hit hundreds of dollars.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna, is that all in there, like in the?
Every day is a violation.
Yeah, it's in the ordinance. I can go through that with you tomorrow.
Like, that's fine with me.
It's written by the zoning board.
Right on. Right on. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Something's gotta change for a couple properties. I
Exactly.
feel bad for their neighbors and all, because
Yeah.
a little rough.
Nobody said you have an easy job. That's for sure.
No problem.
Now, if only we could,
Huh?
It's right there.
Yeah.
Big flag hanging.
Yeah,
No, that's very.
Yes.
true.
yes.
if we can only do something about people that had 10+ vehicles parked on their yard.
David Lane.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly,
Yeah, I've seen that.
exactly.
I see that every day coming and going, and I
I
just think,
know.
oh my God,
I know.
but he cuts his grass,
We just wonder, right,
keeps them
is he
insured,
working on the cars there or?
They're all-
What is he doing?
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think I don't mean this as negatively as it sounds, but I think he's a hoarder. Well, like my husband but fortunately we have 2 garages and a carport. Because we have 5 antique vehicles, so I think Funnel is just one of those people that because they're almost all Bob's, Volvos, yeah. I think he's just got to,
Mhm.
can't resist a bargain on that, I think. Yeah,
Okay, but already I'm definitely one.
Thank you. Next item is our police report.
We're doing aggressive driving. And that. And I just go for March for aggressive driving. It's going well, we're still working on it. Goes on to April 23rd. So we still have money left. We're plugging away at it. It's been we still have a problem with Dunkin' Donuts, as you can see.
Yeah.
And we've been excited. And just, we haven't, if you look at the last one was in March, beginning of March. And it's been actually done twice, less than a month, so hopefully they're getting something addressed on it. And there's really not a lot else to report, but just, of course, we're gonna have a meeting after this one. Talk about that stuff. That's about it.
Now, Chief, did you want to have an executive session?
Yes.
Yeah,
We're doing that now or is that?
I think.
no, we gotta do it now because we don't want the chief to hang around to the end.
What we can do is.
So we're gonna ask you guys just to wait outside. We'll make it as quickly as we can.
It was online, we gotta pause that. You can pause it online. Pause it online.
Let me do that. Yes, hang on. Where is it? Come on. Hang on. There it is.